I'm Callie Lewis. You're watching Geek Brief TV. This is Brief 370, and it's brought to you by Drobo's Cali Bundle. Everyone's favorite, or at least my favorite music streaming service, Pandora, released a desktop client Tuesday. It's built with Adobe Air and works on PCs and Macs. If you aren't familiar with Air, it's a platform that lets web services run like installed applications. The Pandora app doesn't seem all that different than Pandora on the website, but when it's minimized, a control click reveals a contextual menu that shows what's playing. It gives you a pause button and a choice of radio stations. If you're a Pandora fan, it's certainly worth a download. Starbucks is providing complimentary Wi-Fi for up to 2 consecutive hours a day. Exciting? I'm not sure. It's something they should have done all along. When you charge $5 for a cup of coffee, being a third place isn't quite enough to engender long-term goodwill. I get that Starbucks has to do something to prevent people from turning the coffee joint into a low-rent office, but if a person is willing to keep buying coffee, there should be a way to keep broadband flowing. How about something like an hour of Wi-Fi with every cup? I can't claim to be green. Geek Brief doesn't have much of a purpose without some degree of conspicuous consumption. There's just no way around it. But I'm all too happy to help you save on energy costs when I have a chance. The tale I'm about to tell is a little hard to swallow, but apparently PS3s and Plasma TVs consume more energy than refrigerators, even when you're not playing or watching. A study found the cost of running a PS3 to be 5 times more than running a fridge over a year. A plasma display consumes 4 times more power. Geek Brief may miss an important tech story now and then, but I'll be plurked if I'm going to miss a bacon tech story. The idea of bacon salt was exciting enough that I got some to try, and bacon salt, just like bacon, is good. I don't find myself getting quite as excited about canned bacon though. Nothing beyond the word bacon sounds appealing, and none but one of the photos looks appealing. Canned bacon comes rolled up in tissue paper, and I'm just not excited about it one tiny little bit. If the canned bacon people want to send me a can to try, I'm reluctantly game, but I kind of hope they don't. Who would have ever thought I'd be turned off by something bacon? There's a new virtual world in beta called Small Worlds. I spent a couple hours there tonight. It's built in Flash, so it isn't as rich an experience as something like Second Life. It actually runs inside a browser. It feels a tiny bit more like a game than Second Life because as soon as you've built your character, it starts giving you missions to accomplish. Like a game, I found it fun to figure out objectives and reach goals, but I don't see myself spending much time in Small Worlds unless they have a way to keep the challenges going. If you grew up in a conservative American church in the 70s and 80s, you'll think the chat sounds are a little eerie. The chats sound like what we used to call backmasking. I wasn't able to get to a point where I could see it, but Small Worlds integrates Web 2.0 services like Flickr and YouTube. It's worth a look, but like Second Life, it isn't going to captivate anyone's attention eternally. Every story today was about software and soft services, so I have to do at least one hardware gadget. Believe me, this one is crazy plurk all the way. It's called, generically enough, the Remote Control Finder. So far, so good. By the name, I can tell it's a product that meets a need. Well done. If you order a Remote Control Finder, you'll receive 3 small boxes that you'll attach to 3 remote controls. The tiny little box has a noisemaker and a flashing LED light. Now, here's where the system starts to go a little plurky. When you lose a remote, you're supposed to blow into the included whistle. That's fine, but those of us who struggle to keep track of remotes, well, can you really depend on us to keep track of a whistle? Put me down as a skeptic on this one. OneOfAKindStuff.com says it makes a great gift for anyone with kids, spouses, or gremlins. Big Trip t-shirts like the one I'm wearing now are available at bigtrip.tv. There's also a girls version. Just look for the PayPal widget. Our cost for the shirts is $13.74, and the rest of the money goes towards taking the show on the road. Drobo is supporting the Big Trip when you use promo code CallieBundle at checkout at drobostore.com. You can get $50 off a Drobo or much, much more off a Drobo bundled with storage. I'm Callie Lewis, and Neil with his Wii Fit update was a no-show. Neil, do you have something to hide? Naughty, naughty. What?
Sometimes late at night.
Was that Garth Brooks?
I lie awake and watch you sleeping. I'm a creepy guy when I turn out the lights. Lay there in the dark.
I don't know the rest of the song, but bam, 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 I guess. I don't know.
You're a cat. You're a cat.
Oh yeah, that's it. I'm Callie Lewis, and Neil with his Wii Fit update has a no-show. Oh man.